I used to fill up rubber gloves with water and sell hand popsicles on the street every summer. It was just a frozen hand, so then you peel it off and people would just be like, eating the hand.
Genius. I love that.
Somebody gonna cue me or do I cue myself?
Cue yourself.
Okay. Hey, we are back with Let's Talk Off Camera, so let's get talking. Woo! Do you remember your childhood celebrity crush, your first kiss? What about your first concert or your first job? We had so much fun asking Goldie Hawn and Bob Iger some of these questions that we asked some of our other favorite guests. We talked to Jenny McCarthy, Jameela Jamil, and Shannen Doherty before she passed away. We are so grateful to have this time capsule with Shannen. We were devastated when we heard the news of her passing. She was such a beautiful person. But before we get to those interviews, Albert, Jan, what's going on?
So I told Jan I got a text from Rachel Fleet.
Oh, Rachel Fleet, yes.
A documentarian, very well known.
Incredible. Okay. Bama Rush.
Bama Rush, who is very upset with Jan for not letting us talk about food.
First of all, I don't know what I said we were not allowed to. I just said that we shouldn't do an episode on it.
We don't need to
and said, tell Jan I love her and I love the podcast, but everybody talks about food.
Wait, we should get Rachel Fleet on this
podcast.
She's so...
Well, she pitched me an idea. She goes, we should do a podcast about what people eat, which I think is great.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yes.
There's so many other interesting things to talk to Rachel Fleet about.
I'm just telling you what she pitched, and I think it's a great idea.
What did you eat today, Albert?
Because to her point, she told us what restaurant that she went to with her boyfriend, and all I wanted to know was, what did you eat? Where did you sit? What did you drink? And in what order?
What restaurant did she go to?
Leon on Shelter Island.
Oh, that's
which we
your
have
favorite
to take
spot.
You
You love
it's
Leon.
It's so
yes,
good.
Yeah.
And it's a very theatrical experience. Like, you sit at a table, there's a giant hearth right there, and you watch your food get made. Like,
there's a hearth?
There's a hearth.
A hearth?
Like, it almost feels like you're in a ski lodge. It's beautiful.
Okay, no disrespect to your friend. I just don't care that.
Everybody cares about food. And then my other friend Janice, who worked at the Late Show years ago in HR, she's texted me after the episode. She goes, tell Jan, everybody talks about food.
Nobody talks about food.
Oh, my God.
What was the best thing you ate this weekend, Albert?
The best thing I ate this weekend? Oh.
I'm indulging him.
Another place we have to take you to.
Not the steaks Mark cooked?
The steaks. Let's talk about those steaks for a second.
Let's talk about them because, Mark, we all wanted medium rare steaks, right?
Yes.
I never eat a steak but like twice a year.
But Mark's steaks.
This was for the Michael Consuelos birthday?
No.
No. This was Friday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out on Long Island.
Yes.
Jason Weinberg asked for his steak well done.
Medium well, he said.
Medium well. So Mark leaves his steak on like a minute longer.
Yeah, I watched it happen. I didn't want to say anything, but it was
a minute longer. Okay. We all take our steaks and he gives Jason his steak. I cut into my steak, which is well done. And Jason's steak is bleeding like it had, like a good veterinarian. Yes, like a good veterinarian could bring it back. And I'm watching him eat. You know how you eat around the outside of the steak?
I didn't see that go down. That's hilarious.
And mine is so well done.
Mine was medium. It wasn't medium rare. His was medium. Mark's was medium.
Mine
too.
was deep medium. And I look at Jason with his bloody rare steak, like Christina Crawford in Mommy Dearest. And I looked at him and I go, would you like to trade? And he goes, yes, please. And we just swapped plates. And he goes, well, do you want all the stuff on my plate? I go, yes, I'm giving you a full steak and you're giving me a half of a steak.
When Mark goes to make a steak and you go with him and he likes...
But you can't.
And you join him. It's like someone has prepped the OR for surgery. Like the barbecue looks like it just got unwrapped out of the box. The temperature of the barbecue is 750 degrees.
Yeah, he shoots it with the thermometer.
It is fully prepped. The tools are all lined up. The trays of which something's going to go on.
Dr. Emeril Lagasse.
And when you show up to the dinner, the steaks are sitting on a tray in the kitchen like prepped, and he's looking at you like, see these steaks?
Yeah, and then he's got his
rub.
The rub. He's got his rub. He's got the salt. He salt bays it, but then he makes quite a mess. I'm like, can you just put it on the steak, not on everything else in the kitchen? Only the steak is getting seasoned, not the kitchen table.
Well, it's a good seasoning, and
It
he
is a
does a
good
great
seasoning.
job. And he's also famous for his fish in a pouch.
I have a question because Kyle, you told me that Kyle came up with the drink with the Fresca and the
Oh,
tequila,
yeah.
but isn't it like an actual packaged drink now?
Yeah, so Kyle
What?
called it the Fresquila years ago.
Right, and then
Mark
Andy
started
Cohen-
loving the Fresquila.
Right.
And then Mark introduced Andy to the
And
Fresquila
Andy started calling it Mark's Fresquila
on the air.
on the air.
And Kyle started getting, was like, he was like sitting at home enraged in like a dark room screaming at the
And
television.
we would tell him, we're like, it's Andy, it's Kyle's recipe. He goes, I know. We had the most insane FaceTime yesterday.
did with him?
We had a FaceTime that I was on the roof. He was like on 42nd and Broadway. And I was like, Andy, what are you doing there? He's like, don't ask.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, did you see today they announced that the Baldwins are actually now getting a reality show?
What?
Yes.
TLC.
On TL, that's perfect.
It's perfect.
In
They're
the words
doing-
of Angela Shapiro, Kelly, I plan on taking the learning out of the learning channel.
The Baldwins.
It's called the Baldwin?
Yes, I mean
Yes.
that's yeah.
Soon to
It was
be Alec
announced-
and Ilaria plus 4, whatever it is.
Plus 6.
Plus 6.
Plus
No,
8.
we called it 7.
7?
8 is enough. 8 is enough.
Oh, 8 is enough. Oh.
Eight
We
is
called
enough.
our show 8 is enough. That's how I remember how many kids he has.
Wait,
Wow.
okay, so
Plus
we
6.
have to get them on this here podcast
Oh, yeah.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how much money do you think TLC is paying them? I mean, it's got to be a lot.
We'll find out.
I only care about what the deal is.
You have a
I don't really
direct
care. Because in my mind, am a frustrated studio head. I just need to know how much I'm going to pay people when I'm paying them.
Something
know what I
tells
mean?
me Alec feels the same way.
Right.
He wants to know what the deal is.
What's
too.
the deal? Like, what are we talking?
I love it.
Is it a guaranteed? Is it
Right.
Is it pay or play or
Pay or play.
what's happening? What's going on?
I love it.
I
Can't
like
wait
a
to
nice
see it.
pay or play deal.
I love a pay or play.
No, but I got a voicemail from you this weekend from that guy.
Oh, wait, play it.
Play it.
And I'm sitting outside a restaurant in the Hamptons, and my friend David said, here's his favorite line from the podcast.
Are you gonna cue me or are you gonna cue myself?
I thought he was going to come with like some profound quote.
That's Mark's favorite part. It's Mark's favorite part too. But he doesn't like he likes the cue yourself. He likes the way Jan he is like
David
the way
Gevirtz
Jan
loves
sort
the
of
whole
says
thing.
cue yourself. Because he's like, Jan's so indifferent to it that she's like, cue yourself.
That's his favorite part.
That's Mark's favorite part. You know what? We should get t-shirts.
Oh, that's a good
Cue yourself.
t-shirt.
Showwise has
Merch.
Merch.
I know.
We
God damn
need
it.
t-shirts.
I think it's you're
Done.
going to cue me. It should be the...
No, cue
Cue
yourself.
yourself. We don't need the Magna Carta on the t-shirt. Cue
Cue yourself.
We'll be selling that soon.
Coming to our merch shop, which will be on all wherever you get your podcast.
Wait, I have to tell you, we secured our most coveted booking.
Yes.
Not Madonna. We still need Madonna. Most coveted booking. Art Moore
Legend.
will be
Legendary.
joining the podcast. He would like to do it from Michael's bedroom with us. I don't know how you
Amazing.
feel about that.
I
but
would love that.
I think we need a very fancy chair.
Yeah, we'll get a fancy chair and we'll have screwdrivers
Yeah.
or Bloody Marys. You'll take his drink order. We'll make it like a Bravo Clubhouse, but
Oh
for art.
my
Wants a
God.
Pepsi. He's already told me. He said, I'd like to do it with her.
Okay,
And
great.
he's got to
Pepsi.
make-
Maybe we'll find out what he wants to eat, and we'll have I don't know. I feel like a steak sandwich or something elegant. Okay, let's get to it. Here's the Masked Singer star Jenny McCarthy's take on things. Jenny, do you mind doing
Yeah,
rapid
sure,
fire
sure.
with us?
Sure.
Childhood celebrity crush.
Ralph Macchio.
Oh,
Did you like the New Kids on the Block?
I liked Jonathan. They were I was a little too older for them. I was more of like,
You would matured past them at that.
I was like really into Madonna and Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. What posters hung on your wall as a teen?
Chad Lowe and Eric Estrada.
I had Eric Estrada and I had Prince.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. Prince was
I
cool.
had a type. First kiss.
Who was he?
Yeah, first kiss.
Gary Manzo. It's terrible. Sorry,
Gary
Gary.
Manzo.
How old
Related
were
to
you?
Caroline Manzo?
No. It's
How
terrible.
old were you?
7th grade. In a back alley.
Romantic.
Meet me by the garbage can. So I drove my 10-speed there, and he's like,
Meet me by the sausage factory. We're going to make out.
I brushed my teeth 8,000 times afterwards. I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gross. That's why I like my first kiss. My first kiss was with an inanimate object. She was gentle. I enjoyed it very much.
I did use the back of my hand to practice beforehand, I will say.
I made out with a Farrah Fawcett head. You know, this head that you would style and put makeup
Of course,
on?
I had one.
Yes. So I was invited to Spin the Bottle party, 7th grade, and I knew there was going to be Spin the Bottle there. Spoiler alert, it was all girls and one guy. Anyway, I won't get into that, but I thought there would be guys we'd all be making out, so I wanted to practice. So I made out with my Farrah Fawcett head.
That is the best. You win.
It was pretty good. It was a great
It's a good one.
Yeah, it was a
Should've
good one.
kept that.
First concert.
Rod Stewart, but not by choice. My sister won tickets from the radio. You know, I used to call in and be the 80th caller. So she dragged me with her, and I was like, this is terrible. And there's weird smells. It was the first time I smelled weed.
Yeah, right. It's so funny. Now it's just the scent of all of New York City.
All of Los Angeles, yes.
Yeah. First paying job.
The first paying job, well, it depends. I used to fill up rubber gloves with water and sell hand popsicles on the street every summer. But then it was an ice cream store after that.
Wait, you'd fill it up with water and you would sell popsicles?
It was just
Yeah.
frozen ice.
It was just a frozen hand. So then you peel it off and people would just be like eating a hand. It was just,
Genius. I love that.
Never heard of that.
You should try doing that with margaritas at
Oh,
the Sausage
yeah.
Fest.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. First time you quit a job and why?
I was working at a bar. I was a waitress and then a bartender in college, and it was nickel draft nights every night, and guys would give me a dime and wait for change.
Ugh.
I'd be like, really? So I just quit that one because it was I was above it.
Let's see. First expensive thing you bought when you started making money for yourself.
The very first thing I did was I flew home, sat my parents down, and asked them for all of their bills and paid off their debt.
That's so cool.
That is amazing. That's
Considering we grew up so
incredible.
poor, it was so wonderful to be able to do that.
But then were you like, holy shit, what have I
Then I
gotten
was
myself
broke.
into?
No,
Now,
no.
now I'm in debt.
I went back to zero because it literally what I made for Play Me of the Year money. They pay you $100,000, then after taxes, whatever. But I gave them and paid off their debt, and then was back to zero. But I had faith in myself that I was going to keep going.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, that's the key, right?
Yeah.
Best advice you ever got from your mom or your dad?
My mom, when Evan was diagnosed with autism, and I was crying because I'm like, he doesn't react to me. He doesn't even know I'm here. And she said, Jenny, everything responds to love. Even if you don't physically see it, I promise you everything responds to love. So I held on to that through all those years when he wouldn't even see me.
That's incredible. That's really good advice. Favorite way to spend a weekend?
I love planting flowers.
Really?
I love going to the quarry and buying big sheet rocks and gravel. And I did my own landscaping, and I made a whole pathway. And literally I load up my truck with them and I put them in there and I do everything. I'm a weirdo. I'm like a contractor myself.
Jenny, do you like black mulch or red mulch?
Oh,
I
God.
like black mulch.
Thank you.
We got into
Wrong
a big
again,
battle here.
Jan.
Again, Jan.
Wrong again, Jan.
In New Jersey, everybody's got red
No
mulch.
one has red
Well,
mulch.
it's
I
here.
didn't
time-
even know about mulch.
Time
Black
to leave
mulch.
New Jersey then. Come back to the home of black mulch.
Thank you, Jenny.
Everywhere
You're welcome.
else. What do you sing in the shower?
I don't sing because I can't sing. I mouth happy birthday.
Me too.
But you guys dance all the time.
Yeah, we like to dance.
They're dancers too.
They-
You
I
all their
know.
videos.
But Masked Singer keeps making me sing. Masked Singer keeps
I know
me-
because there's comedy in that, and it's right.
I'm like Peter Brady, like time to change.
Last thing you binge watched.
Binge watch? I haven't found anything binge worthy.
Did you see Baby Reindeer?
No, is it good?
Oh, you have to watch it.
She's a Real Housewives fan.
Oh, are you a Real Housewives fan?
I do like Real Housewives. I mean, I have.
Which is your favorite franchise?
I'd like. Well, it depends. It changes. You know what I mean? But right now, Beverly Hills. But then I like New York when Bethany was on. You know.
Have you been watching New Jersey, the latest season of New Jersey?
No, is it crazy?
It's
Crazy.
absolutely bonkers.
Oh my God,
I
I can't
highly recommend it.
Are you still good friends with Heather Dubrow?
Yeah. I mean, I know her. Yes.
I asked Dr. Terry Dubrow about my boobs. He told me not to get boobs. He said, "You've gone this long, you'll get the capsular contracture."
What's that mean?
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's what I have right now.
When it comes like it gets hard and it shifts or something.
That's me. That's what I got right now.
Okay, you have something called capsular contraction.
That's what I got. I keep waiting for Heather to be on the show because Heather is such an amazing singer. Like she's like one of the world's greatest singers. She can sing like no other.
You really don't know who they are?
No, they keep it like Game of Thrones locked up.
But
So-
like, has anyone ever been unmasked and you still didn't know? Remember when you had the co-host?
Oh yes,
No names.
yes.
No.
I had this when they did this terrible thing where they made me guess my co-host, and I was like, "What if the person comes out from behind the screen and I still don't know who they are?" And they were like, "Trust us, you'll know who this person is." And out walks this person, and I was like, "It's you," because I was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
That's amazing. Oh my God. Yeah, this happened to me a few times where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then I look down at the monitor to see the person's name that they'll put out after they unmask.
It's like a nightmare. I'm
It
like,
is.
why do you think that everybody knows everybody?
I know, we don't.
We don't.
You don't get any clues?
We get clues and we have to try to put them together, but we don't.
Right,
we
but they don't like tell you when the person's getting kicked off. Like they don't say you don't know.
No.
Wow.
What is what's
The formation of a
definition?
capsule of scar tissue around any kind of implant.
Yep. That's exactly what happened to me. So there's your sign.
But how long have you had them?
Since I was 19. But I've had them
Same-
changed. No.
You've had them changed. They're like tires, right? You have to change them every.
Change them. It's exactly right. Rotate the tires.
That's why you can't do it now, Kelly, because in like 10 years, you're going to be like, sorry.
No, I'm going to be Asian. Right.
But that's why I didn't do it. I'm like, I don't want to be like 70 on a table getting new ones.
Okay. How long did that? 10 years, you said?
I mean, 10, 12. I'm on year 12 right now. So that's
Okay.
why it's time.
Okay.
By the way, if you want to get them, you get them.
No.
Jan
But I
says
don't
no.
think you should. I don't think you should. I love your boobs.
It'd be so weird now.
I'm going to have to start sleeping upside down. I mean, that's the only way to fix what's happening right now.
Padded bras.
Here's the thing, Jenny.
Yeah.
There's nothing to put into the padding. You know, it's just like a cone of padding and a gap, and then
Yeah. Well, they have the chicken cutlets. They have the chicken
yeah. I
cutlets.
used to wear those until I was swimming at the beach in public in Miami, and guess what? Cutlet came out. You know how Miami is with those helpful photographers everywhere.
No.
Cutlet came out. My son was there and he was like, jellyfish. Oh my God. I'm like, it's not a jellyfish. Grab that. It's expensive. Grab it. Grab it.
Jellyfish.
Oh my God, Kelly.
Yeah. Titty
Well,
floating
we always
in the
want
water.
we always want what the other person has, and just know that you're perfect and you look beautiful.
You're perfect. Well, I've got to tell you, I know I tell you this every time I see you, but I love you. I adore you. I'm so proud of you and
you.
everything you've accomplished. And I know you work so hard. And I just thank you for being a part of this here humble podcast.
I love you, Kelly. Thank you so much. Bye, you guys. Thank you. So
Bye. So
Bye.
fun. I love Jenny so much. We have to have her back soon. Soon and often.
Definitely.
Okay, just keep listening because up next is my rapid fire with the Good Place actress and fellow podcaster, Jameela Jamil. Here's my rapid fire questions with the Good Place actress and host of the podcast I Weigh, all the way from across the pond, Jameela Jamil. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. Childhood celebrity crush.
Oh, Keanu.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Which movie?
I actually have Keanu earrings and a Keanu badge, and I had to resist the urge to not wear them to the premiere of a film I was in with him. And then when I met him, I was really glad that I wasn't wearing much of his face all over my body. But yeah, Keanu.
First kiss.
First kiss at 21 with my best friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Amazing. First concert.
First concert. No, my first concert was the Bootleg Beatles, who are a tribute band for the Beatles. And I went to see
that
them.
Sounds amazing.
And they are incredible. And I'm obsessed with the Beatles. So that was the next best thing.
First paying job.
First paying job, I worked at a video store when I was 15. And I stayed there for about... I worked there over the course for about 4 years in total, and it was my favourite job I've ever had. Like a Blockbuster, yeah. It was literally a Blockbuster. Yeah. It was a VidBiz, and then it became a Blockbuster. It was my favourite job ever, and it's where I fell in love with the movies. So it's so funny that kid had no idea that one day she would become an actress. That was so far from being my dream. So it's hilarious to me.
Were you allowed to take unlimited videos home?
Yes, I was. Yeah, we were allowed to take up to 5 a day, which is ridiculous because we worked there for 12 hours of the day. But I still did it, and we had meal deals, so that's where I got to eat Haagen-Dazs for free. Yeah,
right.
Did you have to rewind all the tapes?
Yes, I did have to rewind all the tapes. We used to try to make other people do it, but they didn't. But I would rewind all of the tapes. And then I booby trapped the porn section so that if we put it right next to the till, so there was zero privacy, the checkout area, and I booby trapped it so that if you so much as like. If you breathed too hard around it, all of the pornos would come down, and then everyone would turn around
and everybody would know that you were looking. You were peeping at the pornos.
Yeah.
First time you quit a job and why?
Oh God! First time I quit a job. I quit a job when I was 22. Until then, I'd always kind of seen it through, I think. I quit a job when I was 22 as an English teacher because after 8 months of working on the weekends on television, I realised they weren't going to fire me. And so it was time to leave.
You were working as an English teacher while you were on TV?
Yeah, I got street scouted. I guess pub scouted. I was in a pub and a producer met me and told me that he thought I should go for this audition. And I was an English teacher and I went for the audition and then I got it. And then I was like, this is clearly a mistake. I don't know what I'm doing. And they're going to fire me. And so I kept my teaching job for about 8 months into... being on television, and then after a while it started to become a bit of a nuisance, like having kids turn up outside the school and stuff. It was getting weird, so I had to quit.
How old were the kids?
Yeah,
How
right.
old were the kids?
No, I mean the kids were fans of the thing. I was teaching people of all ages. I was teaching English as a foreign language, but we just had kids who watched my show turning up outside the school, so it started to get a bit strange.
What's the first expensive thing you purchased when you started making money?
The first expensive thing I purchased, I bought an old drum of Ringo Starr's from when he was in the Beatles.
That's cool. No, that's very cool.
I bet you it's worth so much more money
Yeah, it's
now.
worth so much money.
Yeah, I hope
that's
so.
an investment
I hope so.
piece.
Well, there you go. I just bought it because I'm obsessed, but I have it in my house still to this day, 15 years later. But that was my first expensive purchase.
I mean, you could sell it for.
No, I know. I just find it so funny that I didn't buy like a car or something helpful. I just bought something I'll never use, and I can't play the drums.
What is your favorite way to spend the weekend?
My favourite way to spend the weekend is with my dogs, my boyfriend, and my roommates. Just hanging out, watching movies, walking in the park, and eating pizza.
So nice.
It's very, very
That's a
chill.
good
I'm not a
weekend.
party girl. I'm very much so a homebody.
Yeah, me too. What do you sing in the shower?
I sing like Nat King Cole songs. It's very
that's a good
romantic.
song.
It's a very romantic
Yes.
vibe in the shower, but it's really
I like
odd.
that. Last thing you binged watched.
The last thing I binge watched was Baby Reindeer, just like everyone
Me
else. in the world.
too.
Yeah.
Last night.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm only 2 in.
Yeah,
so-
and my friend is a stand-up and stand-up comedian, and tonight she got heckled for the third time by someone who has heckled her at previous shows and waited outside for her and been a bit strange. And I was like, shit, are we watching the beginning of a new Baby Reindeer right now?
Yes.
Because this woman is becoming fixated, clearly, and becoming very overfamiliar. And when it's a woman, we're just less alert to the strange behavior.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It's the one time it benefits being a woman.
Finally.
I need to watch this, huh? I
Oh,
haven't seen
you
it.
have to watch
It's
it, Jan.
incredible. Yeah, it's a masterpiece.
Well, thank you so much for joining our humble podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
you.
We really appreciate it.
Bye.
Delightful to talk to you. Bye.
Thank you for that.
Everything sounds better with a British accent. Am I right, Jan?
Totally.
Yeah. Remember to check out her podcast, I Weigh. That's IWEIGH. So back in May, I did an interview with the late Shannen Doherty. At the end of our talk, she stuck around for our rapid fire game, and we want to share that with you now. Take a listen. This is just rapid fire, first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Childhood celebrity crush.
Michael Landon.
Oh,
I love that. Was he the sweetest to you?
Amazing. Wonderful man. Wonderful experience.
Oh,
Taught me a lot.
that makes me so happy. First kiss.
On Father Murphy,
Oh my God.
which was the show before Little House, A New Beginning, I had to kiss a boy. Scotty kissed me, and that was my first kiss.
And were you like, 6 years old?
I was like 10,
10?
but a very young.
But
kid.
you
Was
look
part of
like
the
you look like you
storyline
were
was
6.
that they had
Yeah.
to kiss you?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Oh my God, were
funny.
you so scared?
No, I just thought it was goofy.
First concert.
I want to say it was a U2 concert. No, I'm sorry. I want to say it was a U2 concert, and that's probably when I got old enough to like pick my own music.
Yeah.
It was actually a Donna Summer concert with my parents when I was like 9 or 10.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Albert's going to flip when he hears this. He's going to
It
lose
was
his mind.
always Donna Summer, The Village People, Diana Ross. My favorite one was Neil Diamond, like one of my all-time favorite performers. And that was, and then my dad, well, he took all of us to see Frank Sinatra.
Oh my
Frank
gosh.
Sinatra like came over and sang to me.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah, I have a lot of
amazing.
great concert memories as a child.
Shannon's first concert was Donna Summer.
Stop.
Swear to God.
Oh, I'm serious.
Stop it.
No.
First concert ever.
It's amazing.
Wow.
First car.
Jeep Wrangler, white.
Oh,
White.
very cool. Did you have a nickname growing up?
Sugar Plum. My dad called me Sugar Plum.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love that.
That's the nice one. The mean one was the kids at school when I was younger called me Daddy Longlegs. Because
Oh,
I
because
was
you
like,
have long legs.
because I have long legs.
You do have
Yeah.
long legs.
Even though I'm short, I have long legs.
I it's so funny. I remember the first time I saw you in person was on the talk show, believe it or not. And my big takeaway was that is one tall looking petite girl.
By the way, that's the best compliment, Daddy Long Legs. Like,
Yeah, that's an amazing-
I'd love to
oh
be
my
called
It
God.
Long
doesn't
Legs.
feel like a compliment when you're in like
I guess.
elementary school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would love that. If you were a drag performer, what would your drag name be? Do you know how to pick this name? It's your the name of your first pet and the street you grew up on.
So it would be Curious George via Anita.
What kind of pet was Curious George?
Genius.
Curious George was a Schnauzer poodle mix.
Amazing. Curious George Vianita.
That's the best one yet.
That's the best drag name we've gotten
The
yet.
best
What's
one
yours,
yet.
Kelly?
Zsa Zsa Broad.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shasha was what kind of animal?
She was a poodle, standard poodle.
That's
Zsa Zsa.
awesome.
Zsa Zsa Broad. Because before Zsa Zsa, we had 2 ducks named Captain and Tennille. Captain and Tennille Broad is not a thing. My parents were such weirdos.
I kind of love that.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. Oh, red wine.
Oh, red wine. That's good.
Yeah.
That's I would not
So
feel
far,
guilty
I'm
about that.
loving
So
all of
far,
these.
Albert is shaking and Albert is shaking in agreement. Okay, what is something that you're kind of snobby about?
My wine. I am a really big wine snob.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never liked California wine until I found this wine called Hanata, Jonata,
Mm,
from Santa Ynez. I was always
write
only
that down.
Italian wine,
Yeah.
but Hanata I truly love. And decor. I'm a big snob about decor
Oh, your home's
because I
beautiful.
kind of fancy myself an
Your
interior
home,
decorator.
your home is gorgeous. So,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm a snob about bed sheets. I'm the worst. I'd love to spend all of my time in bed if I could. I spend very little time in it, but I want it to be impactful.
Right. I get that.
I-
Do you like sheets that keep you warm or that keep you cool?
I have this thing called 8 Sleep on my bed, and it heats up my bed to 87 degrees at night, and then it slowly warms me as time goes on. And then when I wake up, Albert's shaking his head no because he hates it so much. It goes all.
Albert, you and I are exactly the same.
You want
I'm-
it cold? Because
Freezing.
Listen, we could never be in a
no,
relationship.
we could
I
because
could never sleep with you.
Mark's side of the bed cools down to like 50 degrees, or he can lower it down. So
Oh.
his side of the bed is ice cold, and my side of the bed is a little hot box.
Okay, so that makes sense. I turn my AC on 60 degrees when I go to bed.
Yeah.
Amen.
I like it freezing, and I have a fan blowing directly on me.
You know, I'm freezing all the time. But I've always been cold. I think I grew up. I grew up in a house where we never had heat in New Jersey, and like winter was cold. The house was always cold, and I feel like I got the chill when I was a small kid, and it never left me.
And it never went away.
Yeah. So now I like to be warm. Even when I was going through menopause and having hot flashes, I didn't care. People be like, turn a fan on. And I'm like, no.
That's
This
horrible.
sweat feels amazing. Okay. First expensive thing you bought when you started making money.
My Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, you bought that yourself. That was your first car.
Yeah, I bought that when I was 18.
Oh, right.
After the pilot of 90210, because I had to drive myself to work every single day.
And did you know it was getting picked up at that point, or you didn't know?
Yes.
Oh, you
I
did.
wouldn't have bought
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Had it shown up. Yeah.
Best advice you ever got?
From my dad, be true to you.
Dads give good advice. What do you sing in the shower or in the car?
I have a tendency to sing Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond a lot.
Oh, that's
a good one.
That's
It was
a really good
it was
one.
my dad's and I's song, so I miss him every day. And for some reason, when I sing that song, he's like right next to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I get
love
that. What is the last thing you binged watched?
Ooh, I just started doing it. I was able to binge watch 3 episodes, and I'm on the 4th now. The Veil
Oh, The Veil, yes.
with Elizabeth Moss,
Yeah.
which I love, but truly binge watching. I can't even call it binge watching because it was Succession. So
Oh.
it's not binge watch. I was so obsessed with that show. It was insane.
Do you know-
Every Sunday I was like doing nothing but watching.
Do you know that after it ended, I was in such denial that it ended that I went back to season 1, episode 1, and Mark and I discovered that by episode 2, they tell you in season 1 exactly how Succession is going to end. Go back and watch it. You'll be amazed. You will be amazed.
Now you know what I'm doing for the next
Yeah.
day. I am definitely going to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I think the other show that I tend to binge watch like every 2 years is Sex in the City.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you had a Real Housewives tagline, what would it be?
I don't
Do you watch The Real Housewives?
know. I watched it like one season because my friend was on it, Diana Jenkins.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know Diana
Yeah.
Jenkins. That's so
Yeah.
funny. We were at a crazy wedding together in Italy.
That is not shocking.
Yeah. And she said to me, and it was very funny. I got myself ready in the hotel. I put my makeup on. I did my own hair. I had a short bob at the time, so I just blew it on. And she goes, Kelly, what are you doing? I told you, you should come to my, she's like, you can't go to the wedding like that. You should come into my hotel room for hair and makeup. And I said, no, I'm in hair and makeup. She goes, no, but come on.
That sounds like
You could not believe that I would go to a wedding apparently looking like shit. I was like, I'm not getting married. I'm fine.
Right. You're like, I'm just a guest. It's all good.
Okay, this is the final question. If you could talk to your younger self, what would you tell them?
Play the game better.
Would you be wilier, more cunning, or say less?
More cunning while saying less.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just, like you said earlier,
You had too
know,
much honesty.
Yes. And I think that there was a way to not belittle myself where I start doing girl talk, baby talk, and, batting my eyelashes. But I could have been more cunning, said a lot less, and done a lot better in my entire career. I think that I threatened a lot of men in the business and they couldn't handle me, and it basically destroyed my career. But yeah, that, and please pick better. Pick better.
Well, I just want to thank you for doing the podcast. You are as delightful as you always are.
Aw.
We love you here.
I love you.
Bye, Shannon. Bye. Jan, I cannot believe that was my final conversation with Shannon. She was such a beautiful person. I will really miss her.
Yeah.
Now, Jan, I hear you have a little game for us. What are we doing?
Okay, now we're playing our game.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what's the game?
So around the table, child celeb crush.
Definitely Farrah Fawcett.
Right.
Yes.
And then second, Eric Estrada.
Right.
And also Dirk Benedict from Buck Rogers and the 21st Century.
Nice. What about you?
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter, but also Christy Brinkley.
Oh, Christy Brinkley, yes.
And then I went
But
to a
Linda Carter
restaurant
first.
with Kelly, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, no Mark. And Christy Brinkley was 3 tables over. And they were all giggling and laughing. There she is. So I beelined it out of that restaurant. And Kelly, in what I like to say, in a Roger Rabbit move, goes over, grabs me,
I
pulls me
long
back,
armed him and pulled him
and
back.
says, Christy, I want to introduce you to Albert. He's one of your biggest fans. Which is like, I'm like, where do you go from there?
Right.
Jan?
So I was in love with, and this is so embarrassing,
I can't wait.
Ricky Schroeder. I was,
Wow.
yeah, I was obsessed. I thought it was the sexiest thing ever with the Love Boat, and I was part of like the Lauren Two's fan club. Like I wanted to be Julie from the Love
Wow.
Boat.
You didn't want to be a Landers sister?
I wanted to be Julie from the Love Boat. I wanted to like do that whole job. I thought it was the coolest
Remember when
thing
the
ever.
Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders were a guest? So exciting.
The best thing ever. Okay, what posters hung in your room?
Christy Brinkley,
Yes.
Cheryl Teagues,
Your parents must have been shocked when you came out of the closet.
BJ and the Bear,
Oh, right.
and Dukes of Hazzard.
Making more sense.
Greg Evigan, and John Schneider, and
Problematic all around. Wow, we're uncovering all the problems. My poster was, so I had Prince. It wasn't a poster, it was the Rolling Stone cover of Prince. It was the one time my mom let me buy Rolling Stone magazine. Prince was on the cover. And then I had the Outsiders poster on my wall.
So cool.
And then I had Eric Estrada.
So cool.
and you met Eric years later, right?
Mark brought him into our
that's right.
house while I was asleep in bed with my children because I fell asleep reading them a story. Harry Potter on my face, saliva, drool.
And there he is.
And I opened my eyes and it's Eric Estrada, who is smoking hot like Eric Estrada.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Jan?
I had the Michael Jackson Bad posters on my
Wow.
wall. I was obsessed. Thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
What was Seth?
Yeah,
what
Seth.
was your poster?
On the spot, Fievel Goes West and Ice-T Original Gangster.
Wow.
Very cool.
Celebrity crush, Seth?
All of them.
No, but give them the big. Give
Who
us
were the
biggest.
headliners?
I mean, it's funny. Like I can't think of any big ones, but like if I'm on the spot, like again, like anybody who was on. So I guess it would have been like Saved by the Bell. So probably Tiffany Thiessen was pretty small.
Yeah,
back
right.
in the
Yeah,
day.
everybody loved her.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, who was your first kiss, Albert?
Denise at Marine Park Junior High on the back of a bus on a school trip.
And were you?
Pressured into it.
No, I know you were pressured into it, but were you grossed out or were you like Were you like a little?
Both.
Right.
Interested, but
That's
then
all 7th grade kisses, though. It's like,
Yeah.
ew, disgusting.
grossed out. But on the spot, and
Gotta
then
try
did
this
it in
again.
front of other people, which made it really
Horrible.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Right.
You?
With a human?
Yes, with a human.
I don't want to. Well, I think it was with a girl during the spin the bottle party. So I don't want to name her because her
Yeah.
parents
Yeah.
might still be alive.
All right, that's
But it wasn't like it wasn't romantic. It was just a bunch of
Yeah.
girls playing spin the bottle and Scotty Silver.
Stop it.
And yeah, I swear to God, Scotty Silver was like the most traumatized.
I want Scotty on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I've
we
said
should
that.
get Scotty on the podcast. Yeah, we
Scotty
should.
has to come on.
Yeah, we should do
Even
that.
for like an intro or something.
Yes, let's
He's
do
very
that.
he doesn't like to do a lot of things, right? So
He does not. He does.
But we'll
he likes
convince
his
him.
anonymity, and every time I shout him out, he fucking hates
All right, well,
it.
we'll work on it.
But
We're working on it.
I can talk to him.
Good.
Too.
Okay.
Jan,
Oh, my
yours?
first kiss. David Wolfman, 5th grade, met at the schoolyard. People were watching. It was like a pressured thing.
But
I did
then-
have a crush on him. Then he was like my boyfriend for a little bit. But you're talking about 5th grade. It's nothing.
Wait, Seth, yours?
Emily Livingston under the sliding board, Park Road Baptist. She kissed another boy, and I said, "Hey, can you do me like that?" And she said, "Sure." And it was pretty great.
No kidding.
Very young.
At church.
Church after school.
That's where all hell breaks loose. You know, church after school programs are where it really goes down.
Hearing Seth say, "Can you do me like that?" It's really like
Or whatever, like the
Referring
1984.
to a kiss.
yes. Can you do me like that?
Albert, what was your first concert?
It was kind of not cool, but there was Squeeze.
That was my first concert.
No.
Squeeze was my first concert.
Was it really?
Yeah, I went with a guy who I was obsessed with. And I thought that was going to be my gateway to him. And then it wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
But my second concert was the Elton John Billy Joel head-to-head concert.
Oh.
Which was great. I think it was in Jersey. It was in
Yeah, I saw that concert.
yeah, that was a great one.
I saw that
I
concert.
can't believe yours was Squeeze also. That's
David,
so
no, David Bowie. Because I went with my neighbor,
I'll
who
tell you.
really used me as a drug mule to sneak her drugs into me.
David Bowie.
I now,
Does Kyle
as an
know that your
adult,
first concert was David
yes,
Bowie?
we've talked
Okay.
about this. I know this now as an adult, but at the time, I did not realize that that's why I was there.
What was your first concert, Seth?
The first concert I went to alone, 14 years old, George Clinton Parliament.
Oh, amazing!
He's so much cooler than all.
Why? I feel like you're making up your cool answer.
Yeah.
What do you sing in the shower, Albert?
Um,
Come on, Albert.
what do I sing in the shower?
You know
You're
you
a
did.
good
What did
singer.
you sing this morning in the shower?
Oh, you know what song I can't get out of my head, which I sent to Kelly, is Diamonds and Pearls.
Oh,
Is that why you sent me that?
Yes.
Out of context?
Out of context.
With no text?
With nothing. Diamonds and Pearls. I can't get it out of my head now. It's so good. I mean, I thought of you instantly. I don't know why.
No, I love Prince. It's the one Prince song that I'm like,
What? Oh, my God.
I don't love it.
What about Cream?
Cream I love.
Okay.
What do you sing in the shower?
I don't sing in the shower. Ever.
What about in the car? Nothing.
My girlfriends and I used to sing in Vogue. You know that song, Hold On to Your Love, I think it's called? Hold On to Your Love. But it starts out with them harmonizing. And for some reason, we all thought we sounded exactly like them. And we recorded ourselves, not kidding, driving to the Jersey Shore. We had a tape recorder, because that's how recordings used to get made, with a tape recorder. And we waited for the song to play on the radio, and we sang along to it. And even with the singing along to it, we sounded like a nightmare singing over the In Vogue song. Are you going to play
have
it?
it, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
let's
play the
hear it.
beginning. When I had you,
do you sing?
Most recently, What's Going On for Non-Blondes.
I can't.
I know. Seth, these are too cool of answers for me.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a really good one. The same song I've sang since I was a kid, like jumping on my bed, was the Whitney Houston song, How Will I Know? Okay. Last thing, not Baby Reindeer. Last thing you binge watched. Last year.
I mean, I'm watching The Jinx Part 2, which I'm hooked on.
What's the Jinx?
What?
What?
What? Okay, have you not seen The Jinx Part 1, the Robert Durst story?
No, I haven't seen it.
The serial killer, real estate magnate, billionaire from New York City that killed his wife, got away with
I
it.
didn't know there was a show about it.
HBO
Okay.
Max. Your homework is to watch
My
The Jinx
homework.
Part 1, which got him rearrested. The Jinx Part 1 got him rearrested
Okay.
because he was getting away with everything until he felt the need to participate in this documentary. He just can't help
Oh,
himself.
no way.
And then this is The Jinx Part 2.
Okay, I'm in.
And you will thank me for it.
Yeah, I'm in.
What about you?
It's Baby Reindeer, and I'm trying to think of what came before. But Baby Reindeer was because binging
It's
is
mind
tough. Like
erasing.
I can't get through like an entire
Yeah.
series in one sitting. But Baby Reindeer was like, vroom, flew
So
through
we
it.
just started it. Here's one thing, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong.
What episode are you
kind of
on?
episode. We just finished 3.
Oh.
He kind of egged it
Yes.
on.
Oh,
he
100%.
definitely
but-
encouraged it.
Can we-
kept complimenting her?
Can we pause this until you finish episode 4?
Yes.
Fine,
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Last thing you binge
Right?
watched.
Fallout.
What's Fallout?
It's based on a video game which I didn't really know much about, but it's on Amazon. It's Jonathan Nolan. It's like science fiction based post like a very interesting twist on a post-apocalyptic kind of science fiction kind of thing. But there's a lot of
Is it post-apocalyptic where everybody looks amazing? That's the apocalypse. I want to like come out of a cocoon and suddenly we're all like, oh my gosh, we look incredible. We're not zombies. We're better.
All right. Well, everybody who's
Wait.
listening should send us their firsts.
Yeah, did we cover it all?
Yeah, I think we
Covered
did.
everything.
All right, we're done.
And that's it. Don't forget to tell all your friends about us. You can check us out on Instagram at Let's Talk Off Camera. Bye, everyone. Can't wait to talk off camera next week. Let's Talk Off Camera with Kelly Ripa is a production of Melojo Productions with help from Goat Rodeo. Our theme song is Follow Me from APM Music. From Melojo, our team is Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos, Albert Bianchini, Jan Chalet, Devin Schneider, Michael Halpern, Jacob Small, Roz Therian, Seth Gronquist, and Julia Desch. From Goat Rodeo, our team is Kara Schillen, Megan Nadolski, Max Johnston, Isabel Kirby McGowan, and Rebecca Seidel. Additional sound design by Terrence Bernardo. This show is powered by Stitcher.